My favorite color is yellow. My favorite food is my mom's home cooked food, Hyderabadi khatti dal, chawal, and a little bit of achar, and that's it. I'm home. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is pretty much what I think everybody does: reach for my phone and turn off the alarm. Thankfully, I have a very nice alarm. It's basically birds chirping, so at least it's not like I don't wake up with a shock. I think, well, it's no secret to my friends and family, but it could be a secret to my fans. I'm a really good cook. There are actually many talents that I wish I had. And I hope to be able to learn some of those things. One, of course, is the ability to play a musical instrument. It's one big regret that I never got down to learning how to play the piano or the guitar. It's something that I would love to do at some point in life. Yes, of course. There is a song that now has a very deep connection with my life, and it's a song that I've always loved. It's Imagine. Okay, so interestingly, I played a lot of sport growing up. I played cricket, I played basketball, volleyball, football, and scrape my knees and have like rough fights with my friends. But I think in my adult life, I've not really been able to play any sport, and that would be a big regret, because moving into a place like Mumbai, I know a lot of my friends do play football now, which is great. I envy it. Maybe I'll get down to it someday. But I really miss being in school and playing all the different sports that I did. I used to swim a lot. I used to ride. I used to horse ride. I used to even play a little bit of badminton. In fact, the club where I used to go to swim was the same club that Dia Mirza used to play tennis at. And I used to watch little Sania playing tennis with her mom, always around, watching and cheering and supporting her. It was quite amazing. Well, I think it would be the Indian cricket team, because especially the one that was led by Mahendra Singh Dhoni. It was a phase of cricket that I watched very closely. Many of my favorite cricketers were a part of the team at the time. I still watch cricket, but not as much as I did when Dhoni was leading the team for India. And also Sachin Tendulkar. Yeah. I could have been, I think, a pro at swimming because I was quite good. I used to win almost every competition I took part in, especially backstroke and breaststroke. So I think that if that was something that I'd taken up more seriously, I could have really gone far with it. All the football fans are like leaving this session right now. I feel like I was so privileged to go to a very unique and a very beautiful school that offered us such an amazing environment that was free of fear, where we had no uniform, we didn't have exams, we played all kinds of sport, and we spent so much time outdoors learning. A lot of our classes would be held under trees. We would have, these amazing morning bird watching walks, treks that we would go on. It was a very special time of my life. And I think if I had to think back to the best part of my childhood, it would be my time in school, learning, the teachers, my friends, and I have some of course, the deepest bonds that were formed were during that phase of my life, and I'm very, very grateful that I still have those friendships. This is actually a great time to request everyone who's watching this to donate to Magic Pass and help them send 1 million children back to school. All you need to do is to click on the link available. I think 13, my God, it's a very crucial time in our lives, isn't it? Our hormones are changing and there's so much happening in our bodies and there's so little we understand of it. I think I would tell my 13-year-old self that to trust myself a little more, to be a little more patient and consistent in my efforts to achieve what it is that I was trying to, and not give up. To be able to restore the balance of nature, to basically help every human being understand that we are dependent on nature and that we need to stop polluting the environment and causing climate change. Can somebody please make that superpower possible for me? Well, unfortunately, the pandemic has set us back on the Sustainable Development Goals, and one of the big setbacks is education for all. And our children are deeply impacted by this, and especially our girls. I just hope that in our efforts to build back better, we can really drive our focus and make every effort that we can to ensure our children are back in school. Not all children have the privilege or the access to technology. So there are many, while there are many children who are going to school through, the internet, there are many, many, many more that are not going to school because they don't have the internet, they don't have the devices one needs to be able to go on online school. So I truly, and I with all my heart hope that we will step up efforts to ensure that we take children back to school, and we especially ensure and find ways to bring girls back to school. And for all of you watching right now, if you would like to help children stay resilient and complete their secondary education, you can support the Magic Bus, and all you need to do is to donate by clicking on this link, and or visit www.resesports.com to donate.